Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market alert for Wednesday, May 25th. U.S. stocks may move lower again at the open after the Dow Industrials hit their lowest level in a month yesterday. A better-than-expected reading of April new home sales failed to ease concerns about the state of the global economic recovery. Today, investors are digesting a report on durable goods orders. We'll tell you how those numbers are affecting the markets after the opening bell. But the main focus is on earnings, following a disappointing report from Applied Materials after yesterday's closing bell. The chip maker's profit nearly doubled in the latest quarter, but its outlook for the current quarter missed estimates. Needham cut its stock price target on Applied Materials following the news, and the shares are falling nearly 3% in the pre-market.
Staying in the technology sector, Take-Two Interactive Software is likely to open higher. The maker of the Grand Theft Auto video game series said its net loss widened in the latest quarter, but revenue topped Wall Street expectations, as did its outlook for the current quarter. A couple big names are also out with earnings this morning. Costco Wholesale improved its fiscal third quarter net income on a 16% increase in sales, and the company announced plans to open up another 11 stores by the end of August. But Costco's results fell short of analyst estimates, sending the stock down nearly 2%. Shares of Hormel Foods are also set to open lower, dropping about 1% right now. Hormel boosted its earnings target for the full year, but its profit in the latest quarter missed expectations.
We have more details on American International Group this morning. Late Tuesday, AIG and the Treasury Department priced a big offering of the insurer's common stock at $29 a share. With 300 million shares going on the market, the sale will raise about $8.7 billion. AIG will use the money it raises from its 100 million shares to settle litigation. And the Treasury is using the offering to reduce its stake in the company from just over 92%. Shares of AIG are falling nearly 3% in the pre-market, and they're down almost 40% this year, as investors anticipated the new stock hitting the market and diluting current shareholders. A couple other stocks to keep an eye on today are Alpha Natural Resources and Massey Energy. Standard & Poor's announced that ANR will replace Massey in the S&P 500 index after the close of trading on June 1st. Alpha expects to complete its $8.5 billion purchase of Massey soon. Both stocks are solidly higher on the news.
Turning overseas, French Finance Minister Christine Lagarde formally announced her candidacy for Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. Dominique Strauss-Kahn resigned the role last week after being arrested in New York on charges of sexual assault. A European has traditionally held the role as head of the IMF, and the EU is trying to maintain that tradition as it struggles to contain a worsening debt crisis. But China, Russia, India, Brazil, and South Africa jointly criticized Europe, saying the selection process should be more open. Finally, the ash cloud from the eruption of another Icelandic volcano over the weekend is shutting down airports in the north of Germany. That comes after 500 flights were canceled in the UK on Tuesday. But authorities now say that British airspace is expected to be clear. Airline stocks have been under pressure for 2 days following the eruption, but they seem to be recovering today. That's the latest from Weiss Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the economic data and market reaction.